Basically, strategy and planning. For example, if you have you are a DBA, right? You join one company and they have such new requirement. Okay, this requirement can be in-house application, or it can be cloud-based application, or it can be any enterprise level application, right? So in-house application, you can consider they have own development team and they are developing the application. In in application architecture, just keep in mind, when you have strategy and planning for the application or database, because without database, application is nothing, right? So it is a different tier architecture. You can say it's one tier architecture, two tier architecture, or three tier architecture. Okay, so if we talk about architecture, so I will talk one by one. First, on premises, for example, one company, they have own development team, they are developing application. In backend, they are using SQL Server database, or they are using Postgres database. If I make comparison little, so you have different type of databases. Some is commercial and some is non-commercial. Okay. So the commercial one is we have Oracle database, we have SQL Server database, and uh, you can say from cloud side we have AWS Aurora database. These databases are commercial. What is the mean of commercial? Commercial mean is you have to pay, then you have to use. Okay, if there is any patch or any upgrade, or you are deploying in your environment, you have to pay for support, you have to pay for license. Okay, so this commercial database already you have to pay and you have to use. Okay, so non-commercial databases like MySQL, Postgres database, MariaDB, MongoDB, these databases are, the non-commercial database. It is the open source databases. Okay, so it is free to download, install, and use. And the non-commercial databases, you have community, open source community. Okay, so if you have any issue or something, you want help, so you can contact, you can join the different community and you can get help. Okay, without any paying anything. Okay, without any price, right? So this is non-commercial databases. So you can say open source databases in technical term. Okay, it is open source databases which is non-commercial. We can use mostly, the company in US and Canada, Europe, they're using the non-commercial databases, and it is highly scalable, and also, performance wise, it's very good. It is very light databases, but it depends on requirement. So in open source, commercial and non-commercial, you understand what is the difference between commercial and non-commercial?
Yeah, I just got an idea as you just explained.
So if
So
I
no,
summarize, I
okay.
will summarize to you. So we have different type of RDBMS, relational database management system. Okay, so in relational database management system, we have two type of databases. One is a commercial, one is a non-commercial. Commercial, we have to pay annual subscription for support, and we have to pay for license. Okay,
Okay.
non-commercial databases
But the
is the
commercial
free.
is that the enterprise software?
No, no, no. Software I will talk about. I'm talking about databases. Okay. So I will
Oh yeah,
explain.
oh, yeah.
So you just keep in your mind, we have different type of databases, some commercial, some non-commercial. Okay. So commercial, for example, commercial, which databases we have commercial, like Oracle, like SQL Server, like AWS Aurora database, These are all commercial databases. You have to pay and you have to use. Okay. And non-commercial databases, which is a free open source databases, you can customize based on your requirement. Okay. And there is no annual subscription. You can buy support, you can get support from the community, the most developer who did customization in the open source databases, they will help a lot. Okay. If you are face some issue, you can reach to community group, which is online groups, in the internet, and you can get, help and support. Okay.
Okay.
So now I am talking about the application. Okay. So first I talk about the databases. Now you can say application also have a same thing. Some application are commercial, some application are non-commercial. Okay. So the enterprise application, enterprise mean Microsoft product, like Oracle product, like AWS applications. So some application which is Blackboard. You can keep in mind Blackboard. This is a LMS software which is for student learning management system. You can talk about uh, banner application. SunGuard is a Lucian product from US. They have student information system. The Oracle e-business suite. Okay, so Oracle ERP, Oracle PeopleSoft. So SharePoint. So these are all enterprise application. Okay. So these enterprise application also are is the commercial application. Okay. So you have to pay and you have to use. Like in Microsoft Power BI. Power BI, mostly people using for the monitoring the SQL Server database instances. They install Power BI and they can get reporting and analytic and all. Okay. So I will write for you to just memorize. So database, any application tier, any architecture of design of any application, we have application. I think I explained earlier, database tier, and we have application tier, we have reporting tier, and we have reporting and analytic. Okay, is analytics, and we have integration tier. Okay, so different tier. So if you combine all, this will become one application design, one application architecture. Okay.
Okay.
So just keep in mind, because I talk a lot, but just I summarize, we have commercial and non-commercial application and databases. It depends on based on business requirement. Okay. So some company, so you can tell you can work any type of application as a DBA role. My role and responsibility to maintain the databases in backend. Okay, this is your role.
Okay. Okay. To maintain the database in backend.
Backend, front end application on front end. In backend is the databases. Okay, the DBA job is hidden job. He always work in backend. He will not work on front. Okay.
Oh, so okay. I see. I see.
Okay, so as a DBA role, your responsibility to maintain basic administration, day-to-day operation. DBA basically job in the operation role. Okay, so operation department in IT, there is a operation department. So DBA role fit in operation department. Okay, this is also good term you have to keep in mind. Okay.
Okay. Okay. I see.
So, so DBA job basically an operation department job. So all operational tasks related to database system. So DBA will do the task. Okay. So if I talk about generic task, so DBA task basically basic day-to-day operation, manage the database day-to-day operations, backup and recovery, performance and tuning, to maintain high availability, to maintain disaster recovery site, okay, and audit and compliance on the database level, okay.
Okay, okay.
So I think you got idea, what I talk. So you have commercial, non-commercial application. This all depends. Okay, one thing is very important, when you use enterprise application, they have own run book. Okay, so they will guide you how to do the basic administration based on their application architecture. Okay, you got that? For example, you are deploying one application which is a Blackboard application. Okay, for example, Blackboard application. In this application, you have many tiers. Okay, okay. So you have database tier. So same tier you have all. Okay, the same tiers.
Okay.
So this Blackboard application is a LMS software, learning management system, LMS, learning management system. Okay. So nowadays, due to COVID, everyone using in universities or colleges or any learning management portal, they are using Blackboard. It is a very famous product. Okay.
Okay, okay. Even in a real work environment, they always use Blackboard too.
No, no, yeah, right. The learning management system. It is a learning management system.
Mhm. Okay, okay.
So if you talk generic environment, for example, you are not joining any universities or college or school, right? So, so you can talk about SharePoint. SharePoint. This is also Microsoft SharePoint is an application which is an enterprise application. Okay, like you can also talk the Oracle e-business, Oracle EBS, e-business suite. Okay, this is also called ERP. So this is also application. In backend, you have application tier, you have DB tier, you have web tier. Okay.
Yeah, we always have TTL. Even on EBS, we have TTL. Even on the
Yeah.
first one that you see, worker tier, application tier, reporting analytic,
Yeah.
integration
So
tier.
some company they have only application tier. They are not using reporting, analytic, or integration tier, right? It depends on usage, right? You got that. You deploy one application, you want only specific module, you want only database tier. Okay. So you will
No,
focus on database. If
I
there
see.
is any application deployment in the organization, so you think about all there. So uh, for strategy and planning, you can see assess the develop a long-term strategy goal for production database in conjunction with the data owner and department manager. So this is the sizing basically. When you have deployment, any new application based on company requirement or company needs, you need to do proper sizing. How much CPU need on database, how much concurrent users, how much utilization of your database system. Okay, so you do proper planning to deploy application in the organization. You can get this support if you are using enterprise application. You can get this support from the enterprise vendor who is making the software, right?
Who's making the software, the application?
Application vendor. Like Microsoft is the application vendor, right? They have different type of product. Like they have SharePoint, they have Power BI, so
They
many
have
many so many software they have. So
many
Microsoft is,
software, and then
yeah,
beyond each software, they have database for one software for each software.
yeah, yeah, they have, yeah. SharePoint is running in backend. Microsoft all product running SQL Server. Just keep in mind, database system or
Yeah, of course,
DBMS.
because they own SQL
Yeah,
Server database too.
yeah, because SQL Server is the product of Microsoft. So they force, if you use Microsoft application, they will force you to use SQL Server,
Own
right?
SQL Server. Yeah, because
This is same thing here in Oracle. If you use e-business suite, you cannot use SQL Server. You have to have use Oracle database,
okay, database.
right?
Yeah, I see. But like, which one is more efficient for an application, SQL Server or Oracle?
No, there is the hierarchy, you know. Number one is Oracle. Number two is SQL Server. And number
Oh,
three is open source databases.
so like Oracle is more efficient, it's more faster than
Yeah,
SQL Server
most,
on the
yeah, yeah.
backend.
Right. Architecture wise, performance wise, scalability wise, reliability wise, you know.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now you just say open source database, MySQL, Postgres, MariaDB, but MariaDB is not it's not RDBMS, right?
Is not.
It's not RDBMS.
No, it is RDBMS.
MariaDB.
MariaDB basically is the MySQL, the new form of MySQL. It is same like MySQL.
Oh,
You
and
know,
Postgres.
Postgres is also relational database. Is the YouTube and Facebook, they are using Postgres database. Instagram,
Those social media use
yeah,
Postgres
yeah, because this
database.
is a very lightweight databases. It does not take much resources. Uh, for OLTP databases, online transaction processing, you know, mostly Oracle and SQL, they are mostly banking system. You can say they're using SQL Server and Oracle, okay, in banking system, where they have billing, they have, secure
Yeah,
transactions.
yeah. In banking system, when I apply for jobs in banking system, they use most Oracle. SQL Server they mostly use for the hospital
That's right.
and Postgres.
Yeah. See, the Oracle, mostly banking system, they're using Oracle, 100%.
Yeah, because it's more secure.
More secure, more reliable, performance wise, very good.
And Postgres is most for social media, like
Yeah,
a
right.
website, like website.
Right. Web
You just
development. You can say web development.
web development. Okay, mostly for web development.
Okay. So this is the first thing, how to make strategy and planning to do proper sizing based on company need or application requirement. Okay.
Okay,
So in the planning, you have to decide redundancy of the system. Redundant system mean you should have, for example, you should have two node DB minimum. Okay. So if one node's crash, you have another node. So high availability. Okay. We talk about
okay,
high availability like we can use database mirroring, right?
right.
In SQL Server, we can use log shipping. We use always on, right?
Right.
And we use Microsoft cluster. Okay. So these are
But
all
Microsoft,
options.
the Microsoft cluster is inside always on high.
Sorry.
I mean Microsoft cluster. It's not inside always on.
No, no, no. It is, see, you have, I think I remember I told you, the Microsoft cluster, you need to buy separate license, okay? And it required shared storage, which is SAN, block storage, shared storage, okay?
Okay, yeah,
So
yeah, I see. Yeah, I remember, and
it
almost
was,
all because we share
it's,
stores.
yeah, it was very costly. It is very costly. You have to pay, okay? But in always on, no need shared storage because shared storage is a costly component in the infrastructure, okay? And no need license, not required license, okay? Okay.
Okay, okay.
So see, understand and implement data warehouse. See, I told you there are two type of databases. In each database, for example, in SQL Server, you have OLTP, you have OLAP. Okay, so data warehouse basically we use for reporting and analytic. Okay,
Okay.
so in SQL Server divided into two. One is OLAP and second is OLTP. Okay. So OLAP is a data warehouse. It's used for reporting analytics. Okay. OLTP used for billing, online transaction processing. Okay. Online databases, like you can say banking. Okay. Billing. Okay.
Okay.
So same we have in Oracle also. We have data warehouse, database, and we have OLAP. Okay. So how it work, basically, if you have one old SQL Server OLTP database, okay. For example, I will show you here. You have here one OLTP database, okay, okay,
Okay.
and this database connected to one application, okay, right? So here is end user. They are connecting here. User 1, user 2, user 3, user 4, like that. Okay. So user are connecting to application. In backend, you have SQL Server, SQL engine. Okay. So user are connecting to application and application connecting to the database. Okay. So no question how application will connect to the database, right? They can ask this question. So there is different type of drivers. Okay, so you can see OLDB driver, okay, and ODBC. ODBC. These are software connector, okay, which can connect application to the database. Okay, so when you code application, you put the connection string to the DB. Okay, make sense?
Yeah, I see. I see.
So how application, they can ask the question, how application connecting to the SQL Server. So you can say there is a different type of connector. They can connect through OLEDB, they can connect ODBC, they can connect to JTBC. JDBC. Okay, JDBC means Java. It's a Java-based application. Okay, so there is different type of connector to connect the application. It depends. Application developed in Java, application developed in .NET. So which framework they use to develop the application? Okay. Now here we have one data warehouse, DW. Okay, data warehouse, right?
Right, I see.
So here in between we have also one application which is you can schedule the job here daily basis, for example, daily basis. Okay, so what it will do, it will run the job and take fresh data from the database and push to the data warehouse. Okay, this is his job. So this application, it called ODI, or it mean it called, it also called connector.
Connector. Oh yeah, I see. So like
Okay.
the same ODBC, OLDB, and you say I
No,
don't
no,
know
no,
J.
no. This connector is a DB connection. This is not, this connector is a scheduling application scheduler. Okay. So you can schedule the job, define the job here. Okay. And you can schedule the job to get data from the OLTP to data warehouse, OLAP. This is OLAP and this is OLTP. Sorry. OLTP. Okay.
Okay.
So this OLTP connecting to here one application which is called, the for reporting and analytic. Okay, I am defining the architecture. Okay, report and analytic. So when you need report, you will connect to data warehouse. You will not connect to this database. You got that?
Okay.
Your application here, user are connecting to this application they are using. For example, OLAP, OLAP architecture, OLAP and OLTP architecture. Okay, you can take this one here. So this OLAP data warehouse we use for data mining, data analysis or big data, and for reporting for analytics. You got that?
I got it.
So this is your business, this is your OLTP database. All business processes defined here. Okay, and this OLAP DB is for reporting, data mining, and big data. Okay, so you can keep just two things. One is for analytic and report. Simple way, analytic and reporting. Okay. Understand?
Yeah, understood.
So now next is understand, implement data warehousing. We talk about this, then review and address security issue. You have to go day to day check, is there any security bug in the database system, or you can go to the different level of security on operating system level, on database level. Okay, you can see on database level who log in, what time he log in, what time he log out, and what he did, right?
Yeah, yeah. And who's going to fix the bug? Is that you or the developer?
Developer.
So I will
Because
just see the issue, address the issue to the developer
yeah,
so that I can fix it.
that's right. When once one developer drop the table or drop the data, right? They will come to you as a DBA, tell us who dropped the table, right?
Right.
Then you have to tell them, you have to audit and tell them who dropped the table, right? Any question?
No, I got this one.
Very good. So next is acquisition and development, deployment. Conduct research and make recommendation on database products, services, protocol, and standard in support of procurement and development or effort. Okay, when you talk about to buy some databases, you have to do deep study, which is the best for you in the price level and security level, in performance wise, you have to see. Okay, so you have to choose product which give value to the company. Okay, in
Okay,
less price, in less price.
like which like which product? Like SQL Server
Yeah,
or
yeah, SQL Server. See, they can ask you, we are going to deploy this application. What is your recommendation to which database you have to use? So you can give them offer. The first, my recommendation is the Oracle. Second, my recommendation is the SQL Server.
yeah, but do I look they use only SQL Server and MySQL?
It's all depends on the application which you have. So first you have to
Okay.
see which application. You just go and see the dependency matrix for the application. This
I see. So like
application, which database is supported?
okay. I thought it was the developer that would decide, or maybe the IT manager who's going to decide which database
Yeah,
they are going to deploy an application.
based on company policies, procedures. So as a DPA role, we give proper sizing to not lose, the cost wise, it should be effective. Okay, this acquisition deployment is the purpose of costing, financial. Okay.
Okay.
So second step, familiarity with SQL Server clustering and best practices. We talk about the SQL clustering. Basically, the cluster mean you have one block. Okay, I will little explain to you. Okay, you have one database here. Okay, and this database connecting to here one application. Okay, this is a DB, right? So if this DB crash, what you will do? Your whole application stack will be down, right?
Yeah, it'll be down, of course, because
So user
the
user
DB is on
will
the back end.
user cannot connect because user authentication coming through DB. Okay, I will give you more example. That's understanding. You have DB here, you have user here. This is application. Like you can say mail.yahoo.com, right? So this application, when you open mail.yahoo.application, it will ask the username, password, right? Email address and password, right?
Hi.
So this email password, where it is coming? When you connect application, this application will request to database, check this user exists or not, right? So application request to the database, tell me this user password detail for this user, if it exists or not. If it exists, verify this username password is correct or not, right? So this all information coming from DB to application. Then user will authenticate it. Okay. So if you see here, gmail.com. So this is the application, right? In backend, there is a database, right? When I connect to application, I need to authenticate my user. If this user doesn't exist, it will not authenticate, right? Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yeah, sorry, it was disconnected. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
So, so you got that, okay?
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
So next is the operational management. So as I told, the DBA role is the operational, right?
Right.
So now, if you join one company, if you join one company, they can have two type of databases, two type, okay? One is on premises, right? And second is cloud. I told you before, right? On
Yeah,
premises
yeah.
means the database is placed in the office, right? In the same place. On premises, for on premises database, you have to maintain operating system. You have to maintain power. You have to maintain compute. You have to maintain licenses. Okay. So this is company responsibility to maintain all expense and maintain the physical hardware in place, right? On the other hand, so SQL, you can say SQL Server database on premises, Oracle database on premises. Okay. So same database you have on cloud also. Cloud mean you will not manage these tasks. These are all tasks managed by cloud company, right?
Right.
So these managed by cloud company. So so we have different cloud. You know, we have AWS, we have Azure, we have Oracle Cloud, we have Gmail, Google Cloud, right? So Azure, you can use mostly the Microsoft product like SQL Server on Azure, right? So you are not managing SQL Server database on premises. You are managing SQL Server on cloud, right?
Right.
So for example, I give you example. If I scenario, if you join one company, they wanted to deploy one application and there is a SQL Server requirement and they wanted to keep application on premises, right? If they keep on premises, they need to complete, maintain the infrastructure, the place where they have to put the server, network admin who will do the network administration, system admin who will install the operating system, DBA who will maintain the databases, right? So these are all people you need for this deployment in the company if you have on premises. If you don't have on premises, you need, okay, you want to deploy one application, there is a 4 server requirement. You just log into AWS or Azure, ask them, I need this compute resources. They will give you within half an hour full based on your request, right? So if you put server on premises, I think maybe you need month or 2 month or 3 month procedure to buy the server, to get quotation, launch the RFP request in the market, then get quotations, then install, configure, power, maintenance, lot of tasks, right? You have to do. But in cloud, you can get within a minute new server. Okay, so mostly big company, they have cloud stack. They are using all server on cloud. Okay, so what is difference? Difference is in cloud, the most difficult or critical task managed by cloud provider. Okay, like they are taking backup, they're maintaining the performance, they offer you scalability, they offer you security, they offer you audit and all. Okay, got that?
Okay, okay.
So so this is Azure, we will we will ensure we will do that, how to install SQL Server on Azure, how to connect the SQL Server database to Azure. Okay, how to create the server on Azure, how to create the network on Azure, how to create the different security levels. You know, if I talk about, I made one slide for you, so we can go through this in this course. This is basically AZ to 6,000 course. This is a fundamental course. You can take certification also. Okay, so you can take first certification in Azure is this one. Okay, you have to complete these things. Okay, what is the Azure cloud basic concept? What is the resource manager, Azure portal and cloud shell, subscription and account, Azure active directory, multi-factor authentication, role-based access, Azure network services? So these all we will cover. Okay,
Okay, okay.
so basically this is not a DBA job actually. This is
This is what job is that? Is that a cloud services
cloud services.
or
It's
cloud
basically
architect,
cloud admin.
cloud
So,
admin? But
yeah,
like some company now they want you to have experience on Azure
that's right. So
and
you have to
AWS.
experience, yeah, you have to experience how to create the SQL database, how to migrate the database from
Deployments.
on premises to cloud, right?
Yeah,
So actually, it's 3-in-1 Nescafe, 3-in-1. You know, coffee, caffeine. 3-in-1.
yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? No.
Yeah, understand.
So so DPA become 3-in-1.
Because I guess they want to save, the company want to save money. That's why they do that.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
want to
this
have
is
all
the
that
target,
experience.
right? I will show you from US, one of, person, actually she's lady, so she's DBA, okay? Here is she. And she is DBA and she is working. I need help with CDK. CDK is a cloud development kit process for provisioning the Aurora cluster. You see here? So this is not her job, but they assign task, right?
Yeah, the company wants to save money.
Yeah.
That's why they do that.
And one of, same, he, I think I will share the contact, okay? You are in US, which state?
Virginia.
Virginia. He is in New York. So he's, I'm working with him, this guy, this guy. See here, this guy. He got job, SQL DBA job. So I am working with him. When he gets some task, I will fix for him. You see
Yeah,
here?
that's what I want to do. Like like I say, if I have a job for at least for the first
Yeah.
3 months because I
Yes,
don't know
yes.
anything.
Yeah, yeah, because see, sometime the sometime you stuck because uh, you need to build confidence. Okay, so you can say okay, you can do it, right? You cannot either if you do like this, you cannot become DBA. You need to make confident. You have to confident himself. You can do it, right?
Yeah, yeah. I know for sure. I mean, like right now, I'm a little bit comfortable. I guess the beginning, it was really blurry on my eyes.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm getting comfortable to SQL Server and Oracle. So if I keep working like this, everything will be good.
So currently, what you are doing? You told me in working in hospital or something.
No, 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 no. I don't work at the hospital.
Oh, okay.
An accountant.
Ah, you are accountant. Okay, okay. Someone, actually, I have session with the SQL Server training. He work as a nurse in hospital, and he's learning SQL Server database.
Yeah, that's the thing. The thing with IT is like you start with one, but in the long run, you see yourself learning other things.
That's right.
Now, like now, I'm on SQL. I wanted Oracle first, but now I'm on SQL, and then
Yeah,
I'll be on Azure, and then AWS. You know.
yeah. So basic, you need entry. When you get entry, then you have because he joined recently and he's getting good salary. He's joining I think 9,000 something as a DBA, junior DBA.
No, that's good.
So, but he's little because he's new, right? So he want to do things. He's afraid to do that. You got that?
No, yeah, I see.
So
It's a
anyway,
lot of practice.
yeah, he will get experience now. He got a lot of experience. Last 6 months I am working with him. No, he can do, and he send it to me. I will review and I will give my feedback. Then based on this, he implement. No, he's
That's
doing
good.
himself. So
Yeah,
next,
like I said.
yeah. So this SQL clustering, familiarity with the SQL clustering. So you can say the database mirroring and SQL Microsoft native cluster. You have to keep in mind terms. Native cluster. You know, if I see here, Microsoft, see here, this one. You have node 1, you have node 2, active, passive. So this Microsoft Windows failover clustering. Okay. So this is a shared storage. So both node connecting to this shared storage. You got that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Your data in shared storage. Okay. If this go down, no problem. Your one node is up, so your application will not disconnect. So you have high availability. This clustering we use for high availability. Okay. So this is in clustered term, they can ask you what is a node. Node is a member of cluster group, right?
Right.
So help with data merger and cleanup during and after acquisition. So you need to do proper cleaning in the system, right? Because every day the SQL Server log file is, day to day increasing, right? So you do proper acquisitions, and do to better administration. So administration point of view, what is the basic cleanup job? You can schedule the job in the SQL Server to maintain the disk usage, performance, okay, like that. So operational management, we are here, administrator and maintain SQL Server and Azure databases. You see here,
Yeah, I see.
maintain SQL Server, that means on premises, okay, and or Azure databases. Some databases on Azure, okay, some databases on premises. So you can tell them you have both experience on premises databases and cloud Azure databases. You got that?
Yeah, I got it. But they can ask some question about if they ask something about Azure, I'll be lost. That's for sure.
No, I will give you introduction. So based on database, based on your description, I will give you introduction, okay? So you just keep some point, okay?
Okay.
Then we have install and configure relevant network component to ensure database access as well, database consistency and integrity. So here, you should know how to install and configure database system, okay? How to assign the network, on how to do the host configuration. I told you any host, any server have host configuration, right? See, I am talking with you based on internet carrier, right? So internet carrier, there is internet mean is a IP based carrier. So any computer have IP communication, okay? So this network component for this job description as a DBA role, you should know, you should tell you have to work with the network team to do the network design based on your database architecture. Okay, make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
You can tell also, as a DBA role, basically DBA 20% he should 20% he should the network admin, and 20% he should as a system admin, and then rest of 60% is a DBA task. So DBA should know about basic of networks, and basic of operating system administration, right? So the data consistency mean, so data should be, for example, your database is running, so immediate power went, there is the outage, right? So database server shut down immediately, unplanned shutdown, right? So we have to choose or maintain the database consistency. Consistency mean database should up and running all the time. So we should have high availability and disaster recovery in place. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Then respond to and resolve database access and performance issues. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, you have one database server or cluster environment. Okay, so this is your role and responsibility. If someone need access on the database server, you have there is two different type of authentication model, right? One is a database authentication and one is a Windows authentication, right?
Right.
So Windows authentication is a secure, okay, mostly all application connecting through the Windows authentication. So 99% we are using Windows based authentication. Okay, so this is a DBA job to maintain the database access and performance issues. to see the performance issue, in performance issue point of view, you can monitor the system. Is there any lock object or is there any slow response from database? You can check the storage, usage, network statistics, and compute. Okay. So, but you size the compute mean RAM, CPU, okay, number of processes. So this basic thing you have to monitor. What is your CPU usage, for example, what is your memory usage in peak time, what is the disk usage you have, okay. So if maybe you need, they ask one question, it is very important. uh, what is the basic, basic DBA do when we have some, storage issue? So for example, you have one database created and its size is 100 GB when you create it, but after 6 months or 4 months it become 500 GB. So what you will do, you will truncate the log, because in the database architecture we have database file, we have log file, right?
All right.
So log file always need to be truncated. This is a DBA job to do truncation, shrink, shrink the log file, okay. And this is also DB responsibility to maintain the backup. So if we talk about backup, there are two type of backup. One is a native backup. Native mean which Microsoft provided, which vendor, application vendor dependent. Okay. So when you have SQL Server, you can either use the vendor dependent backup solution, or if you have an organization third party backup solution, like you have Commvault, you have EMC Legato Networker, you have Data Protector. So different type of third party backup solution, right? The mostly the big company, they are using the third party backup solution. So they can ask one very common question: as a DBA role, what is your recommendation? Which application we need to use for monitoring, right? Monitoring mean you can monitor the network traffic, you can monitor the server resources, you can monitor the performance, you can monitor the audit. So what is, because if you have more than 100 databases, you cannot go each server and check, right? So
Yeah,
you
of
should
course.
have you should have one monitoring tool in place where you can just log in, you can see all database servers status and databases status, right? So
Yeah.
most common and very people are using the solar wind.
Yeah.
This software is a very good. If you put here solar wind, this one, okay. If you open this solar one, this is a very good, you have to keep in your mind, huh? This will give you a value in interview, okay. So
Okay.
solar wind software you can download, also install. So what it will do, it will you see here, it will
Yeah, that's
manage
what my.
network management, it will it will manage the system, it will manage the IT security, it will manage the database system. Go to database management system. What it will do, you can see here, just put solar wind DPA demo, data performance analyzer, DPA, okay, data
Okay.
performance analyzer. You can go through this demo, okay. This is a demo. Log in. You logged in, right? You can see you have 33 services which need to be monitored, right? And good thing is it is platform independent. You can run, you can put any databases. You can put Postgres in one software. You can put that. You can manage all type of databases in one software. You got that?
Yeah, I got it. I
So
mean,
here,
it's a heavy software.
sorry,
I mean, like it's a heavy software to take care of all those database.
all DBA tasks. See here, the Postgres 11, this time the performance you can see here, instance with highest wait time, right? So you can see the tuning requirement, which instance need tuning, which databases are need tuning, right? Which database have more CPU usage, memory usage, disk usage, number of session, how many user connecting to the database. You can see all information in one dashboard for all databases. See here, they have Amazon 2 databases, they have Azure, they have DB2, MySQL, Oracle, all databases, right? So you have one software will manage all type of databases to monitor, to do basic administration, to do performance analysis, right? So in the interview, you can tell them you use solar wind. Okay. When you said solar wind, they will understand, oh, he knows. Okay.
Okay.
Keep in mind virtualization. If you see virtualization, you will get visualized information. Oh, okay. Oh, this database is too much high. Okay. You can go to this database server, see what is the reason, right? Here, the alert. It will send you alert, warning through emails. In any company, you will not maintain one database server. Maybe you have 200 or 100 databases, right? You cannot go to any database and check. You have to have monitoring software to have one dashboard. From this dashboard, you monitor all type of databases under one organization. Okay?
Okay.
And this is respond to resolve the database access and performance issue, monitor the database system detail within a database, include store procedure, execution time, implement, which we talk about. Okay. Automate common management task using PowerShell. Okay, so this PowerShell is a command line scripting tool in Windows. Script, for example, if you have 100 server, okay, you are sitting in the company, so your manager asks, I need to get list of 100 servers, okay, okay.
Okay.
So what you will do, you will go to find and no, you have to have one PowerShell script. You just run this script, you will get list of all servers. So to do and maintain your job in a good fashion, you have to use PowerShell scripting. So PowerShell scripting is not a DBA job, but he should know what is a PowerShell scripting. Okay, little, not not in
Yeah.
G, little.
Yeah, that's what I say. They put everything on the DBA now. Now a a DBA job will become difficult than a developer.
Yeah, that's right. So next is existing application with Azure SQL managed instance, configure and maintain database server and process, monitor the health and performance, which we talk about, right? You
Yeah, the
use,
Azure.
yeah, we will, yeah, you just, you can, Azure have also, the Azure iWatch. You can monitor through, I just will mention here. this dog HQ, this is a free open source software, okay? So keep in mind this software name also, okay? Datadog.
Okay.
This is free software. This is open source. But solar wind, you have to pay, okay? This is a paid software, commercial, okay? So we talk in detail about this. So perform database transaction and security audit. This we talk about. You have to maintain the security on database level. You maintain the audit for who is connecting to the database, who is logged into the database, when he logged in, when he logged out, right? To
Right.
monitor what is the activity happening on the database, like that. So, for example, develop the routine for end user. For example, end user mean developer. Okay. So if developer want to execute one job in a time fashion, like he want to run job in a day 2 time. Okay. So you can ask him, okay, I will schedule job for you on the database server. It will run automatically. No need to run manual. Okay. So you can give him the best practice to facilitate the end user. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Manage and provide the guidance to junior member of the team. Okay. So you always become very cooperative and very open and very confident and very transparent with the team member. Okay. So if someone have some issue, you cannot, this example is like that. You cannot uh, telling the people, oh, he don't know, he don't know, I know this, he did mistake, I did not do this, right? So this is any
Of course.
culture, right? So second thing, most important, employee never be a friend, okay? Colleague never be a friend, okay? So also this also is a rule. You have to, you know, you have to sincere with the company, sincere with the colleague, work with them very professional way. Okay. Don't tell your the weakness. Okay. And you have to always cooperate with them. If someone need to learn something, you have to tell him. Okay. Don't hide anything. So when you hide, you will not learn, right?
Yeah, of course. Because the more you show, the more you learn too.
Yeah. So see, set up fixed ODBC connector. You see here.
Yeah, but that's not your job. It's a network
No,
admin, right?
ODBC is a Oracle. You can say here. I will show you. No, this is the pure DBA.
This is GB. Okay. Like
So
you talk earlier that it's a
see,
connector, right?
no,
Between database.
connector. No, connector mean not is a network. Open database connectivity is a database connectivity to the application. I said like that, right?
Yeah.
So this is a DBA job. If you go to the control panel, any computer, you just type ODBC. You will find here. You see here, set up data source, right?
I see.
So
So and
for example, if
yeah,
one developer asks you create one ODBC connection, you just go here and create. When you add, you see different drivers. Okay. So I will go with the Oracle 12G this data connector. Finish. So because I don't have this one. Okay. So for example, we can create SQL Server. This one, SQL Server database connector. Okay. So I just put test DB. I put the SQL Server. When you make click here, it will give you a list install SQL servers. Okay.
okay, I don't hold on. I don't right now. I really need to get like this one.
Sorry.
So you said like the ODBC, you just
Yeah.
connect to the application, right?
That's right. It will connect database to the application.
Which application do you have? You don't have any application on your
Any
computer?
application with any application, it's supporting ODBC and JDBC connection.
Any new application or
Any application, any application.
maybe I need to practice this to really understand how it
No,
works.
no, you know, any application, develop one application, right? Any application. So they need to connect application. Application don't have data, right? Application is application. So data is coming from database, right?
Database. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's
So
just like
application need connectivity to the database, right? So when application need connectivity to the database, so there is a carrier between application and database, which is the ODBC connection, JDBC connection, JLDB connection, like that, right? It is a carrier between application and it is a connector between application and database.
the database. Okay, let's try this one and see how it works.
Sorry?
I mean, like, let's try this one to connect the database to an application.
I will create, but we don't have the application here, right? So I will create one connection with the SQL Server, okay? SQL Server I have installed here. So I just put testdb. This is called connect. This will give you connection string, okay? So this connection string you put in your application to connect to this database, okay? So this is my application connection string, okay? I just put random description. So here I put local database, local. So here it's asking you want SQL authentication or Windows. So I said, okay, no, go through Windows, okay?
Okay.
So next. I don't know my database is up or not. You can go here. Studio. Because I don't have database installed. So just keep in mind, you know, so because I have, you just go through this, you know, open
Yeah.
connectivity standard application programming is an interface between database and application, okay?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
see
yeah.
this
Keep in
here?
mind. Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to see how it works, so that
See here, this is the Oracle database, some databases. These are applications, Excel, SAP, different application. It connect to ODBC, ODBC connect to database. See
okay. How
application.
about like if we try to connect to Excel, is it going to work?
Yeah, in Excel you can see the you can create the connection. I will show you here.
Yeah, I just want to see how it works.
Yeah, you see here how to create ODBC with Excel, because we never use in Excel because this is a developer job, right? So you can see here these are steps which I was doing, right?
Right.
So if you go here, this is
So
very
like
good.
who does the connection? Is that you or is that you the DB or
No,
the
no, no.
developer?
You create only connection. This is your job. You
Or you
create.
just create the connection?
Create the connection and tell him the name which you created.
Oh, he's going to do
That's
it.
it.
Okay.
You will not configure this. You got that? You
I
just
got it.
create create the connection. That's it.
That's it. Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, like that. Because I did not install here, so it give me error, right?
Yeah,
Access deny. So you just need to create this connection. You have to tell him test.
yeah. Create. I just have to create the connection and tell him the name of the connection.
Yeah, just keep in mind user DSN.
The GSM. All right.
System DSN, user DSN, file DNS. So mostly we use a user DSN, okay?
So
Connection.
it's how to set up and how about fixing? How to fix it? The
Yeah, when
connector.
you, for example, if there is a ODBC connection error, you can go here. For example, you create this one, okay? So when you go there, configure, you will see here test. You just click on test. It will. This will not mean troubleshooting is when someone change the username password. Okay, this will not work. You have to check username and password is correct or not in ODBC connection. Okay.
Okay, that's just how to fix. That's just how to troubleshoot.
See, in last 20 years in my career, I never create ODBC connection for anyone as a DBA role.
Okay, I see. I see.
Okay, so just keep in mind ODBC connection. What is the ODBC connection? It is a connector between application and database tier.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
I got that one. And how about like you just show me how to set up the ODBC and how about to fix it? You just like you say, you just have to change maybe the password or
Username, password may be invalid. Server name, maybe host name change. So the fixing issue, what is the basic issue? The server name can be changed, right? Maybe some system admin change the host name, right? So there is no connectivity between the application and server, right?
server. Okay.
The DB server here it connecting to ODBC, connecting to application, right?
Right,
Maybe
right.
this connectivity has some issue. It can be issue on database server. Maybe someone changed the username password, right?
Yeah.
Or host
So like
name.
the issue is never be on the application. It's always
No,
on the DB server.
100% DB server.
Okay.
Yeah, application server issue can be arise if someone change. For example, you provided test ODBC connection, right? And some
Uh,
developer put test one. It will not connect, right?
yeah, we look on that. Yeah, different name.
So this mostly this issue can arise from application side. Application team not using correct connection name.
So like on the DB server is maybe the sysadmin change the host name or maybe the user or maybe the password. That's
Password,
why.
yeah. So if then they ask another question. If they change the password username, what you will do? You will tell them, okay, I will reconfigure the DB ODBC connection, right? With the new
Yeah, yeah,
username,
yeah, yeah.
password with the server, right?
Yeah, I will set up again.
Reconfigure.
Reconfigure. Okay.
You will not set up again. You will reconfigure, right?
I will reconfigure.
There is the option for reconfigure. You can edit the test connection, right? You can edit the ODBC connection. Got it?
I got it. I got it.
Working technical experience with designing, building, installing, configuring, supporting database servers, including SQL and Azure, right? This we talk about. This is basic job for a DBA, how to install database on Azure, how to configure database on premises, how to install database on premises, right?
All right.
hands-on database tuning and troubleshooting experience. So this hands-on, you can use, there is two way. One method is to tune the database, see which query take longer time, okay, based on application. So you can tell the answer based on the enterprise application. Enterprise application have maintenance task, right? We talk about maintenance task, right? Like we need to do indexing, we need to run the optimize the indexes, okay, optimize the indexes. We need to run the database consistency check on the database side, right? We need to manage the space on the database, so like that, okay. So if someone say we are facing slowness, the slowness issue can be target many point. One can be reason network related thing, network is slow, right? One can
Yeah,
be
yeah,
reason database server is slow due to compute resources, and one can be reason any query developer running query, he not develop proper query, right? On the best practice, he just write the query, okay. He did not optimize the query which is running on the database. Maybe need to be see the query and rewrite the query based on optimize best practice, right? So you can also, for example, if one developer is working on database, he is creating store procedure, functions, tables, and queries, right? So maybe he wrote the query which is not optimized one, okay? Because this query taking a lot of time, right? You can go to the SQL Server dashboard, performance dashboard. You can tell him, okay, oh, this query is taking too much time. Please review query and make query best, give good performance, right? Got that?
yeah. Got it, got it.
Then you have experience with data processing flow charting technique. This data processing flow charting technique mean the SQL Server, we have built-in reports in SQL Server. We can customize the report based on our business requirement, right? We can customize the report. Project management experience mean you should have the how to manage the project, how to deal with the vendor application, how to do proper scope of the project, right? So you have to have project management little experience, not too much, little experience, okay, because you are not as a project manager, you are DBA, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm DBA.
Strong understanding of organization goal and objective, this is also very important. To work with team, sit with team, and get feedback from non-technical people, right? Because you are technical, right? But in organization, different department, procurement department, account department, and other, they are not technical, right? So you have to sit with them, you do proper, proper make acquisitions, make deployment procedure, methods, techniques, and guide them, and reach to the organization goal. You can ask the goal, what is your goal? Okay, they will say, okay, we need this. Then you can do proper research on this goal and give them valuable things, right?
Yeah, yeah. I see. So like, is the I guess the best practice is just like to ask them the issue they have with the application, or maybe
That's right. Yeah. So you can see, go to them. You can ask them. You are facing an issue or some issues. How I can help you technically? Because these people are non-technical, right?
yeah, they
So
are not.
if they are facing some issues, you can get the issue, you can understand the issue, and you can give them good solution to avoid the risk, right?
All right.
Programming skill would be a plus. See, he is a programmer. But the programming skill, basically is the developer job, right? So you can tell in programming skill, you can write the store procedure, you can write the function based on requirement, okay, in the database. See, each database have two phases, okay? One is development and one is the DBA track. One is a development, design, and one is a DBA track. So you can tell them, okay, I am not a developer, but I work with the development team, okay, to give them, to help them to create function, create store procedure during development phase in the database, okay, right?
Okay, okay, okay.
So Excel skill you have to have, how to, like, if you see here, I make today Excel, I need to send them, for example, this is my, uh, you know, task, these are activity I need to do. Who is the owner of this activity? Who is a team member? What is the status? What is the raised by, right? So you have to do you have to put proper activity in the Excel file and give them in presentable way, right?
All right.
You are accountant, you know the Excel, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I know. That's Oracle. You work on Oracle.
Yeah, yeah, I'm just my yeah, I'm working with Oracle.
You you do everything.
Yeah. This is the DBA, I am working with this guy, no, we are restoring the database and he's working here. We are working with the Commvault, we are facing the issue. See here, we are restoring Armen backup in Oracle and we are facing issue. We open the service request to Commvault team.
To come with tomorrow. So is it mass? So like at work, what do you do really? Are you a SQL Server or Oracle?
I have more than 300 databases in SQL Server and almost 50 databases Oracle.
So like at your work, you manage Oracle and SQL Server.
Oracle SQL Server, right? And MySQL also. Three databases.
Just for one DB. Nah, that's a lot.
And my skill set is Unix, basically Unix. I work on Unix, Linux, Solaris, SUSE, FreeBSD, like that, My skill is in Unix.
On Unix. Okay, okay. But you also work on Windows.
Yeah, yeah, Windows. If you work on Linux, Windows is a very, very
Yeah, yeah,
piece
yeah.
of
Windows
piece of
is
cake.
easy.
It is, it is very. See, he give me a task. Allowed to provide my password and username to another team member to access and complete an installation. I, just 1 minute there.
Okay.
He giving his password to other team member.
No, you can't do that. That's security.
Security. He asked me, can I give? Don't give. So this PowerShell scripting is, PowerShell, Windows PowerShell. If you see here, PowerShell, uh, Windows PowerShell, see here.
Yeah.
So you can tell them, but as because this is basically system admin role, but you always use PowerShell for scripting related to database. Okay, for example, listed the databases. We will talk in detail in cloud. Okay, about this. So the PowerShell scripting is a very minor job for DBA, right? So, but you have at least for the at least PowerShell scripting is a development, right?
Yeah, development. And a sysadmin job too.
Yeah, basically it's admin job, right? It is not DBA job. So So if I summarize, as a DBA role, you should know the basic administration, day-to-day activity. DBA job is an operation job. You have to maintain backup and recovery, disaster recovery, high availability. You have to maintain on-premises database and Azure databases, right? And you work on audit and compliance, and you also maintain the disaster recovery and high availability, right?
Right.
So they can ask what is the high availability, method, technique you use, procedure. You can tell them there is a native method for high availability in SQL, like log shipping, database mirroring, and the Microsoft cluster. We can register SQL Server instance under Microsoft cluster, and we can have a high availability. Okay, so nowadays the most famous method and cost-free method is always on. So by default, when you have a licensing SQL Server Enterprise license, you have to have always on including embedded. Okay. So always on, always the best choice for disaster recovery and for high availability. Okay. Okay,
Okay.
dear.
Okay. Okay. I see. How about like if they ask something about my SQL because they ask
Uh,
they say the position is for the SQL Server, MySQL, and Azure. So if they ask
Yeah,
something about my
MySQL basically MySQL, the same thing, what we learn in SQL Server. MySQL basically is an open source database. Okay, you can install. It is a RDBMS. You can install MySQL, and you have admin tool to manage MySQL. Okay, so like you have. Uh, I will tell you.
so like MySQL is graphical or is command line.
No, you have to have different interfaces. You have MySQL admin, If you see here, uh, SQL, SQL. So there is a different graphical tool you can manage, what is SQL benchmark?
But it's graphical, right? It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
command line.
No, it has both. Like it is a command line. Also, it is it is. I can show you if you want. Just a moment. I need to connect. But you have both interfaces. Like you have command line client for MySQL. You can also manage through the graphical interface. How to manage is I think yeah, it is PHP admin. This PHP admin is a graphical interface where you can manage the graphically MySQL. Okay, it is free. So you just install this one. If you see the demo here, try demo. You see here, this is the basically MySQL interface. See here, these are MySQLs. This is the MySQL database. You can create new databases, okay, and you can play around. So to manage MySQL, because one day you will not finish, right? So to manage MySQL, you can use, you tell them you can use, you are using PHP myadmin, okay, to do the administration on MySQL, okay?
Okay.
PHP myadmin
PHP my advance to.
to like SQL Studio, right? SQL Studio to manage SQL
Yes. Okay.
Server,
Okay. So I use PHP my admin to.
manage the MySQL, to do administration, graphical interface for MySQL. Basically, I don't want to confuse you. Basically, MySQL, it called LAMP, LEMP, LAMP. What it means is Linux, okay?
Okay.
Sorry, LA, LAMP, Apache. Apache is a web server. Apache, MySQL, and PHP. This is a combination. So you can tell them you work on LAMP stack, LAMP stack. So they will ask, what is a LAMP? You can say Linux, Apache, MySQL, PHP. Right?
Okay.
So basically, MySQL running on Linux.
Links. Okay. I see. I see. So which one is a little bit difficult? MySQL or SQL Server?
There, all are same. If you see the concept, basic concept, RDBMS is same, right?
Yeah.
Database,
Yeah.
database basic concept is same, but syntax is different, right? How to write query, how to connect database, how to use database, it is a different, right?
Okay. Okay.
You know, when you see the job, they mention you they need Oracle DBA, they need MySQL DBA, they need SQL Server DBA, right?
All right.
So you can tell them your core responsibility in Oracle and SQL Server, but you work on MySQL. You can tell like that.
So yeah, I guess that's pretty much the best answer because on my resume, on my resume, I didn't put MySQL. I only put Oracle and SQL Server.
Right. But you should have little knowledge about MySQL. So MySQL is the database, open source database. Okay, it is we can manage through the PHP myadmin. We can do administration, and it is open source. It is a community release. Now MySQL, with the Oracle, also commercial. You can buy annual support from Oracle. Okay.
Oh yeah, I see.
No, MySQL is you can also buy from Oracle. Okay, so they will support,
So
right?
Oracle will support MySQL.
Right. They are supporting. So Oracle have MySQL and Oracle database. Makes sense.
Yeah, maybe in the future we are going to work on
If you go
MySQL.
here, you see Oracle MySQL download. You see here?
Yeah, I see. So pretty much Oracle owns MySQL.
Yeah. See here. Oracle.com. You can go MySQL. You can download. Oracle
Oh yeah.
MySQL database service is fully managed by database service that let developer quickly develop and deploy secure cloud native application using world. See, this term is very important, right? MySQL.
So
I can.
MySQL is also for web development like
Yeah, web
Postgres.
development. Mostly it is web development. Mostly.
Well, web development like Postgres.
That's right. So I will send you some link, this one. Okay, just for your.
Okay.
Okay.
So you said that Postgres is there's Facebook, Google, which one? Instagram that I use it, right?
Yeah. they're using. Just 1 second here. Okay, we did not talk about cloud today.
Yeah, we do not talk. Let's talk.
So I will share with these slides. Okay, you just go through this slide. Cloud computing is a term referred to storing and accessing of data over the internet, right? So it does
Okay.
not store any data on the hard disk of your personal computer. Your data is not stored in the hard disk. It is stored on the cloud, on the internet. This is the difference. On premises, your data in your hand, right? Your data stored in your computer, right?
It's
But
not. Yeah.
but in cloud, you are not storing data on the locally. You are storing data on the internet, right? So this is the basic definition. You access data from remote server. You can access data from anywhere, like email. Email is a cloud, right? So when you are in different state or anywhere, you have internet, you can access your emails, right? This is a good example of cloud, right?
Right.
When you open the Gmail account, you do when you open the email, this email not save in your computer or your hard disk, right? It is saved on the internet, their computer. But you are owner, right? You can
Right. Right.
download,
Right.
you can download the file, you can keep, but you cannot download what they have, right? So, what is the Microsoft Azure? Azure is a cloud computing platform which was launched by Microsoft in February. It, it has it is an open and flexible cloud platform which help in development, data storage, service hosting, and service management. So that means development. For example, if you want to develop, you need development environment. You need to have the full environment, right? You have to have servers. You have to have compute power. You have to have data center, like all premises, right? So if you want to develop any application, you just connect to the Azure cloud, and you can deploy application on Azure, and you can keep application on Azure. You don't need to keep this application on premises, right? So just log into Azure, you can create application, you can do what based on your requirement. But there is no cost involved if you want to download something on your, on premises. There is no cost, right? If you have some requirement, you log into Azure portal, you can request what you want, right? You can request for VM mean virtual machine servers. You can request database engine. You can request the storage. You can request the any resource, right? You can request from Azure, but it is payable, right? You have to pay. So you understand what is a cloud, what is a Azure? It
Yeah.
started
Yeah.
in 2010. I will share this slide, go through these all slide, okay? So this is basic definition. Then, we have different type of cloud services. We have platform as a service, we have software as a service, we have infrastructure as a service. So I will go one by one, okay? Here, I think here. Azure is a cloud computing platform which was launched by Microsoft in February. This same slide. It is open and flexible cloud platform. which help in development, data storage, service hosting, and so on. Same thing, Platform as a service. I will give you example. Software as a service. These three type of services, you know, these three type of services we are using in the cloud, right? It can be. I will explain what is the difference between these type of services. So you keep in your mind, okay? In cloud, offering different type of services: platform as a service, software as a service, infrastructure as a service, right?
Right.
So you have to keep these three words in interview. This will give you a value. So type of Azure cloud or any cloud, they're providing different type of services: platform as a service, software as a service, and infrastructure as a service. Okay,
Okay.
this is example. So in terminology, this is Azure cloud. Then cloud can be infrastructure as a service, cloud can be software as a service, cloud can be platform as a service. So see, Azure started cloud, cloud go to infrastructure as service. Infrastructure means servers, physical servers. Okay. Then top on physical server you have platform. Platform mean you have any framework, software, top on the servers, right? Then
Right.
then this software as a service connecting to the platform as a service, and this cycle will go like left to right. Okay. So I have another example here. Here, Yahoo, Gmail, these are all software as a service. Accounting, invoicing, these are all software services, right? So when you log into the Gmail, as I give example, you just send email and receive email. Okay, and then you have platform as a service, framework, web server, DB. Okay, operating system as a service, right?
Okay.
So if you platform mean they will you cannot do the administration on DB. Okay, you can create DB and Azure will manage your DB. Okay, you got that? They
I
will
got it.
they will give you only specific DB access. They will not give you database engine access. Right? You got that? So, for you can take example, you have one computer, this is the infrastructure as service. This is your computer. Top on computer, you have operating system, you have framework, you have web server, you have DB. These are platform as a service, right? So, for example, if you ask them, give infrastructure as service, just let me just platform as a service, you know you get example, right? You have one computer, right? In one computer you have operating system top on that, right?
Right.
So when you talk about uh, you log into the Azure portal, you need infrastructure as service. What it mean is they will give you one server. Okay, so this server is your responsibility to maintain the server, right? They will not care about your server. They said, okay, you ask us give you one server and we give you one server. No, you destroy, you play around, you do what you want. This is your baby. Okay, you can install any software, you can deploy any software. This is your, got that? But in platform as a service, they will maintain this tier. They will maintain cloud cloud vendor. They will maintain this one. You are not allowed to access this server. You got that?
I got it. I got it.
You cannot play around the server. You can play around what you have on the server OS. DB, web server, right?
Yeah, I can play around. But this one, the firewall, the VM, the RAM, the CPU, I can't play around with that. Hello?
Sorry, I got one message. No problem. Yeah, what you said, say again, please.
Yeah, I meant like I cannot play around with the firewall, the RAM, the CPU,
Yeah,
but I can play around with the OS like you just
yeah,
say
you
the
can
OS
install
between Windows
Windows, you
7.
can
Yeah.
install Linux, you can install top on web server, you can install any software top on, right?
Right.
But software as a service, you cannot touch these things, right? Sorry. So, sorry, my kids. Software as a service, right? So, software as a
Right.
service, is very good example, Gmail, right? When you log into Gmail, you don't care what operating system they are using, what database they are using, what you don't care, right? How much CPU they are using. You have concern with Gmail account, right? Right?
Right, right.
Understand this one there. You have
Yeah, I
any
understand,
question?
understand. I got this one.
Okay. Then I have another example here. Here, this is me, Hayat. You want, you know, in cloud, in Azure cloud specifically, all cloud based on resources. Okay, Azure cloud based on resources. This resources term is very important for you. If you are Azure admin, so you keep in mind resources. Okay,
Okay.
so for example, you have one server. In server, you need resources, right? Resources mean you need network resources, network, you need storage, you need CPU, you need memory, right? These are all your resources, right? Right there.
Yeah, right.
So these are called resources. So cloud provider, they will charge on each resource in Azure. Okay, they will charge on network traffic, they will charge on storage, they will charge on CPU, they will charge on memory. Okay, so they give you resources in one bundle package. Okay, you got that?
I got it.
So, virtual machines, RDBMS web server. See here, these resources is the virtual machine, RDBMS database management system. And these resources, web server is the also resource. So each application, you know, in Azure, you have OS is the resource. You have database software is a resource. Anything in Azure you want to buy, it is resource. Okay.
Okay.
So you can say this example you understand, right?
Yeah, I understood that one.
If you see here, this is the pricing tier. Okay. First is the free, then shared, then basic, then standard, then premier, then isolated. What is the difference? Free is for free. You have account, Azure account?
Yeah, yeah. I guess I have one. I could one.
Okay. So you know Azure gives some free services which you can use freely without any payment. Shared services mean it is shared by other users also, right? Shared. It is cheap.
Right.
You know, pricing tier like that. So free, shared, basic mean it is not shared, but it is very basic, right? Shared mean shared mean, for example, they create one pool, okay, one resource pool, okay. We will do that by lab, okay. Resource pool, okay. Under this pool, they put two customer. For example, they put 50 GB RAM and 2 core CPU. This is a compute, okay. So they added customer one in one pool and customer two in the same pool, okay. So these two customers sharing the resources, right? Sometimes this customer take more resources, some customer this time take more resources. So it is not the best practice to in production environment go with the shared resources. You got that? It should be dedicated resources for each tenant, right?
For each dependent.
Yeah. Then you have this one, you know, I also give a, you know, you have to go through this slide there. Okay. So what is Azure as infrastructure? Service infrastructure is a foundational. We discuss and we talk, right? So this I put, you know, just for your reference. Okay. So what is
Okay,
the advantage? What is the
you can
advantage?
send
You
me.
know.
Yeah, you can send me this slide so I can revise. I can.
Yeah. So these are advantage to Azure in as infrastructure. So this is disadvantage. Okay. So you have to understand the basic concept Azure IaaS service, then you have to have advantage and disadvantage. Okay, just keep prepare for interview. You know, okay, but we can go with the hands-on. You know, in our tomorrow maybe tomorrow we because see today is Monday, right?
Yeah,
So
today's Monday.
tomorrow we can go with the hands-on, okay, with the Azure. But I have a content, you know, because I'm going go through, you know, just for your interview, right? So tomorrow
Yeah,
we will log into the Azure and we can go with the hands-on. We'll see what is the infrastructure as a service, what is the platform as a service, what is the software as a service, right? By
yeah,
hands-on.
tomorrow at what time?
Same time.
Same time. Okay.
So this is software as a service. We, as I explained, this is Azure concept. This all you need to memorize before going interview. Okay. What is the region? What is the data center? What is the Azure portal? What is the resource? What is the resource group? Okay.
I will try. I will try. After
No, the
sharing.
region, I will example. The region mean they have, for example, in United States, they created two data center. Okay. So if you log into the Azure, you have different type of region. You have Asia region, Asia specific, you have, you know, US, you have Europe. So different region. In one region, they have different data centers, right? So if you see here, Azure is a global cloud platform which is available across various regions around the world, right? When you request a service, application or VM, if you want to request to Azure, for example, I am sitting in Dubai, right? So when I
Right.
request VM, so I will target to the Asia region, right? But you are sitting in Virginia, you will, when you request some cloud service like platform as a service, infrastructure as service or software as service, you will target to the Virginia region, right? And get more good performance, more reliability. You will get near. You want to get near region, right? To you, right? So this is the region. So data center mean each region, for example, in US, they have many state, they have data center, right? They have California, New York, Washington DC. They have different state, different data centers. Okay, for high availability and for disaster recovery, right? So this is Azure portal. Mean this is Azure portal. Where you can log into the Azure cloud services, right? Right there.
Right. Yeah, I'm there.
Then resources. We talk about the storage, CPU, virtual machine, database, which you want. Okay, this is the resource. If you club these all resources in one, it called group, right? Container which hold related resources of Azure solution. For example, you put OS, you put network, you put storage, you put account, you put database, and create one group, bind in one group. It called resource group, right? Right.
Right.
So resource management template, automation. You have command line CLI interface. These are there. We can start from tomorrow from here. Okay, actually I have meeting 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I see. I see. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's do the. You can
we
share me
you
this
I
slide.
will share this one. You go through this one. Okay, because I spend a lot of time to make this happen, to give the very easy way, okay, with the basic. You go through this slide. We can start from here tomorrow. Okay, Azure key. We go through the theoretical task, then we target to the uh, this I think this I make duplicate maybe.
Yeah, so I can revise it and
Yeah, so these are
study
20
before the
slide.
interview.
So you just go through this, and when you have interview,
Tomorrow, I will interview tomorrow,
what time?
11 o'clock.
11 a.m. Okay,
Yeah,
so
11
that
a.m.
means AM, right?
Yeah, a.m.
Yeah, so it is I say where. So yeah, this one. Okay, there.
Okay, you have a lot of concern, a lot of things to do right now. A lot of people are waiting for you.
No, actually, I told you now office work. We have convert call. We will,
Yeah,
we have a database crash. I told you now. This is office work. So
yeah, I see. Okay, I'm waiting for the video so I can revise
yeah, yeah.
them before.
Please go through and best of luck. Make confident, and I think you will get, inshallah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. All right. See you tomorrow.
Okay. See you there. Thanks. Bye.
Okay. Bye.